All right, Operation Wallpaper Teardown has started.
Hold on. This is also the wallpaper. So if you wet it, you can maybe get
I know, but I think I need to work in bulk. I need a bulk process. So first I have to take down all the wallpaper and then I'll scrape this little paper shit off. Okay, so I have stripped it on this wall, all the wallpaper that was there, but it's left behind this, like, I don't know, it's like paper residue. And underneath, I think that is the plaster. So I guess I need to now like wet all this and get this off. I'm having regrets. You won't think that we should scrape all this?
I would try to see how you do it. Try it on this wall. If it doesn't work, then don't do the other walls and just paint over it as is. And then for this wall, I don't know, we like sand it, make the most out of it, and just paint it as it is. I would try to really wet it though. I think that's the secret, but I'll make you lunch.
Okay, so in the midst of scraping that little patch there, we realized that we actually have not tested this room for asbestos. And since this house was built in 1986, there could be asbestos. Not in the wallpaper, so luckily the only thing that I've done is peel the wallpaper and separate it from the part that was glued to the plaster. But if you disrupt the plaster, there could be asbestos in the plaster. I don't know. I guess I need to pause and see whether or not there is any asbestos in this wall. Otherwise, that would be a big issue. I had been wanting to repaint this room or figure out how to get this weird wallpaper off the walls, but this week I've got special reinforcements. We have taken off 5 layers of very old wallpaper that has been on these walls for about 40 years. The wallpaper is almost all off. Now we're left with, I guess this is, what I've been told is that this is a plaster that's underneath all this wallpaper. Now my dilemma is, do I wallpaper over this plaster or do I paint this room? I don't know. We're gonna go to the paint store. We're gonna see if there's some paints that I like. I really wanted to do a lime wash paint. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find lime wash paint. I'm really having some design challenges in here because the other issue I have is this window. I've been dreaming about having a window seat in this window. As you see, this is a French door. So in order to have a window seat, I actually have to change this window or close it. Closing it's not really an option because if I close it, it changes the look of the facade. Because our house is semi-detached with the house next to us, I need to keep it as a window that comes all the way down. I have thought about, could I get 2 windows? Starting from here, I buy one window that comes here, and then I buy another window that opens up here. But because it opens like this, the awkward thing is that I was gonna put a rod here for my curtain, so that the curtain could come down. But because it needs to leave space for this window to open, you'd have to put your curtain kind of over here. And then there's this big sort of space between the curtain and this window, which makes me feel like I really need to have a seat here so to justify why this curtain would be further in front of it. But I don't know when we're gonna be able to figure all this out. And this matters because if I paint the wall, then I wanna try to find a curtain that's patterned that I can match to the two beds that I'm gonna put in here. And then the two beds can be the same kind of pattern as the curtain. But if I decide to wallpaper, then I'll just do a solid curtain and solid beds. There's just like a lot going on up here.
The scraping continues. Should we just be going in right now for last minute QC, quality control? Carl?
Yep.
You're going in for QC? You're gonna get that off, and then we're just doing looking.
What are you guys doing?
We're doing QC. Carl's checking to see where it feels rough. You can kind of just get obsessed with this. Like you just want to get it all off. Carl's been in here scraping for 3 days. But I think it's very meditative.
Oh, it's really meditating. Tomorrow morning.
I think it helps you with any stress or anxiety you're having. You come into this room and then it all goes away. Okay, today is priming day. The walls are in really good shape. What we do, Carl? We put drywall compound in all the nicks, all the imperfections. We put spackle in all the holes. So now these are ready to go. I'm still on the fence about whether or not we do wallpaper here or we do a lime wash. It's like a game of Tetris to figure out who's going to be sleeping where temporarily that they're going to like while I do the other room and then get this room kind of finished. But my idea for this room is for the theme to be a blue. I want this to be a color drenched blue room with on the walls either a blue pattern wallpaper or a blue lime wash. And then for the wood, we got this blue paint. We picked it up at the hardware store. So I did one coat of this paint here. This is Blue Horizon by Dulux Valentine. I have another color that I want to try, but today what I want to do is I want to prime all of the wood in here and get it ready for paint. Just going to check in on our professional painter this morning. So here's the color. This is after one coat, and now Carl's coming back in here and doing a second coat just to make it even. It's showing up much darker than it is really, but I think it's a really nice blue. We left the beam intact and then we just did Carl did this ceiling up here, and then these walls that we have that are still white, I think we will wallpaper them. That's where I've landed. I think we're gonna wallpaper, although I need to take some measurements today to see how much wallpaper we need. I'm gonna talk you through my mood board for this bedroom. I have been going back and forth in my head about what I wanted to do with the colors and furnishings, and it all started with these reference images. So This one on the far left and this one on the far right are both from Sarah Sherman Samuel. I'm like a Sarah Sherman Samuel fangirl. In the far left one, I love this color drench. I love how everything is this beautiful kind of like rusty burgundy color. And then, I don't know, something about this one on the far right drew me to it. And then I found this image in the middle. And then when I put these all together, I realized that I was really attracted to this blue and burgundy combination. So that was kind of a big unlock for me to realize that there was some kind of like pattern happening here in these images that I was attracted to. I actually really love this kind of like moody blue with this more orangey burgundy, but the room that we have upstairs, it's a room that gets really nice light. I decided to keep the room light, which is why I gravitated more towards this lighter blue on the walls. And originally, we were thinking about lime washing, but I feel that this room here on the far right, this is a kid's room, but this feels a little mature to me. My kids are pretty young. I love the lime wash effect, but I'm just not sure if this was right for them with the ages that they are right now. So then this is the mood board for the room. So this rug I found, I really love this color. I think it's really nice and it pairs really well with the blue. This is the exact paint color that we have here, this swatch. And this is the wallpaper that I'm thinking that we'll go with, which again, I feel like the combination of this wallpaper, the blue in this wallpaper and the blue of the wall and the burgundy on the rug, it all goes really nicely together. And then for the beds, I found two very simple bed frames that I want to put up against on either side of the large window, and I want to do a custom bed skirt. So I went to the fabric store and I found some fabric that's kind of in this more dusty blue, gray blue color. So I was thinking about doing a bed skirt in this color and also building a side board, because both beds will be up against the wall, so like a sideboard for each of them, also in this color. And then where the window is now, getting some curtains that are like this, that are again reinforcing the burgundy with this nice stripe. One thing I have been struggling with as I've been designing this is the first room we are gonna try to finish, quote unquote, because basically that floor plan will change a little bit upstairs, but that room will not change. Want to do something that can last over several years. And I also want to do something that will match or at least be in the same family as the rest of the house, which is a little bit hard because the rest of the house is obviously not done or designed. So when I was looking at this floral wallpaper, I was a little bit worried that maybe this was feeling a little bit too cottagecore. You would find this wallpaper more on the English countryside and not necessarily in a modern or villa style home like the one that we have. That is the one thing about the wallpaper that's giving me a little bit of pause. For now, I have a sample coming. I'm gonna see how it looks. So, still some things that are moving around. Okay, and here we are. It looks really good. The color, I really like the color. It's gone on really well. There's a little paint up on this wood plank. I guess we'll just have to sand that off. So do you sand that? Or you sand it off?
Yeah.
Well, we want to sand that and stain it. I think the color looks really nice. No?
Yeah.
I'm really happy with the color. This is part one, and then I think next we try to do the built-in. I'm having a little bit of angst about closing this French door. Oops, I just messed up that paint.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you would have to really figure it out. I don't think you want to sacrifice any of the light. The view, like if you close off the bottom, it's okay. Right now, the view of the bottom is just the rail. So I think if you had something on the bottom, it wouldn't close off that much.
You'd have a seat here, and you wouldn't be able to open it more than this. Oh my God.
Stop messing up the wall.
I keep messing up the paint. Okay. Okay, to be continued.